The topic of our final project is Aspects of Aging, presented by Mallory, Lauren, Emily, Kat, Miranda, and Nick.
Our volunteer was Betty Young, or AKA Grammy. She's a 79-year-old wife and mother of 2 sons and grandmother to 6 grandchildren, in which I am one of them. She was born and raised in London, Ohio, and now lives in a 2-story house out in the country. She's a retired registered nurse of 20 plus years and a former greenhouse worker at the farm for 10 plus. She currently is the primary caregiver for her husband Bill and is the chief chef for the farm lunches, which anybody that has the pleasure to enjoy definitely appreciates. And then she has a 2-year-old black Labrador named Tanner that she walks for over 2 miles most days on hilly and graveled terrains. And believe me, he is a guy that definitely needs the energy taken out. This, of course, is Tanner. And if you're wondering if he is as ornery as he looks, you would be absolutely right.
We had multiple aha moments during our senior visit with Betty. The first aha moment was that building patient rapport allows for a more open and honest conversation. Betty mentioned that sometimes she downplayed the number of falls she had to other providers if she didn't trust them. This showed us that we had gained her trust by asking thoughtful questions about her life and experiences before asking about her medical history. Another aha moment we had was that family and friends are a huge priority for older adults. When we asked Betty about her priorities in life, she responded with caring for her dog and husband, attending social events with her friends, participating in activities with her grandchildren, and to keep moving. This means that 3 out of the 4 priorities involved another person, which shows just how important the social aspects of life are for people like Betty. Our third aha moment was that social determinants of health are not always a negative thing. Betty mentioned that she has good access to healthcare, high health literacy from her nursing background, no financial issues, and a great support system. She said that these positive determinants are an aspect of stability in her life. We have talked a lot about social determinants and how they can negatively impact someone's health, but Betty reminded us that they can also be a positive thing, and that finding positive health determinants are also valuable.
Betty has had multiple experiences with physical therapy. She learned proper body mechanics to help take care of her husband. She has also been for hand pain, 2 instances of pelvic floor PT, and following 2 falls, one from rollerblading and the other from walking her dog. She found all of her experiences to be pleasant, but there were 3 PTs that stood out to her the most. These PTs were the ones that took the time to truly listen to her and continued to try different exercises and techniques until she achieved all her goals and felt completely better. Betty recalled all 3 names of these PTs, which shows how lasting of an impact physical therapy can make in someone's life.
When we asked Betty for some words of wisdom, one of the first things she said is how lucky we all are to be able to freely move without any help and be able to do all the activities we enjoy. Betty prioritizes her independence and told us that we will never truly know how good we have it until we lose some of the function that we once had. She also told us that we are in the best chapter of our lives right now, even if we don't always feel like it, and to enjoy it while we can. She wants us to know that aging is not bad. Just because someone is older does not mean that they can't be challenged. Aging is a gift and a privilege and welcomes lots of new experiences into a person's life.
Our implications for future physical therapy practice based on our senior visit are, first, to not underdose older adults. Oftentimes they appreciate being challenged and need to do so to see improvements. Second, older adults are very motivated to maintain or gain independence, which we can use to our advantage in therapy. Third, understanding the reasoning for a patient's fall is important to our plan of care. Betty has had a previous history of falls from extrinsic factors, like her dog pulling her over, which is much different than a spontaneous loss of balance. Fourth, finding ways to adapt treatment and education to compensate for any sensory impairments can help older adults learn. Finally, just because an older adult is retired does not mean they do not have many responsibilities. Betty is the caregiver for her husband, and this is a big part of her life.
After talking with Betty, we were able to relate her experiences directly to the concept we learned in class about adjustment and cultural aspects of aging. In Western culture, aging is often portrayed as an unfortunate or undesirable stage of life. However, Betty demonstrates a very different perspective. She views aging as simply entering a new season of life, and she approaches this stage with optimism. Several factors support Betty's positive adjustment to aging. She maintains a meaningful role as a primary caretaker for her husband, which provides structure and a strong sense of purpose.
She also benefits from a strong social support network, including an active church community and close familial involvement. Betty stays engaged in enjoyable hobbies such as walking her dog Tanner every day, attending church social events, and singing. These are all activities that support her physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Another important factor is health literacy. As a retired RN with experience in family practice, Betty is able to understand and navigate her health needs confidently, which further supports a positive adjustment to aging.